Join us in celebrating Small Business Month this October with UPS as we present the UPScale Podcast Series, where we will be talking to small business owners about what it takes to have a successful and thriving company. We'll also get into some of their secrets for managing UPS as partners, along with all these other topics that are key when you're running your own enterprise. For our last episode on this podcast series, we got the chance to chat with the co-founder and CEO of Smash Tess, Ashley Freeborn. Ashley spent the better part of a decade working as an educator before making the leap into corporate training and culture, where she worked in the finance sector for almost 3 years. Although she loved it dearly, she still felt the need for a fun and fresh creative outlet, entering Smash Tess. After finding a void in the loungewear market, she attended the summer fashion program at Conde Nast in London, UK, and the rest is history. As she shares her inspiring journey and how she overcame many obstacles to reach where she is today. She tells us about the partnerships that helped make it happen, like UPS, for example, who really played an important role in helping Ashley succeed. Hi, Ashley. On behalf of Canadian SME, I'd like to welcome you to our UPScale Podcast Series. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Very pleased to have you with us this evening, Ashley. Now, Ashley, you were recently named one of Canada's top 40 under 40, and your brand, Smash Tess, landed the 8th spot on the Globe and Mail's top growth companies in 2020, also very recent, being the number one woman-led company on the list.
Yeah,
now, our audience is very eager. They're very keen to hearing it from you. Please tell us your story. Tell us about your business and what inspired you to start it.
Yeah. 2020 was one wild year full of awards. We actually have now won top growth company for the last 3 years, which has been really exciting for us. But I'm really passionate about Smash Tess. I have 2 little girls, and Smash Tess is my 3rd baby, I think. And founded it with my mom and my best friend about 6 years ago. We've been in market, and really we wanted to create a fashion brand that made every woman feel seen and celebrated in all of our beautiful shapes and sizes and colors. And so really fashion is notorious for, this sort of elitist, too cool for school kind of vibe where, you have to be so skinny and you have to be so pretty and you have to be so young, and really clothing belongs to all of us. And I think, we set out to create a fashion brand where people were celebrated for exactly who they are in that moment. And I think, we also exist to really simplify the lives of busy women everywhere. Women are, we're doing 1,000,001 things all the time. I know I'm a business owner, entrepreneur, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a friend. I play 1,000,000 different roles. And so Smash Tess really exists to empower women to live big lives with ease and confidence. It's like one less thing to worry about, We're perhaps best known for our hero piece, the romper. We say we've been pioneering the romper revolution. And really, it is about that comfortability I was talking about earlier, about feeling great in your own skin, and really, not having to sacrifice comfort for style, or vice versa. So that's what we set out to do about 6 years ago. We do that primarily through our website. And we do it amongst a community of, 325,000 Instagram followers who shop our drops, who really support women-owned, women-run business. And it's very exciting what we've created. And we're also really well known for our collaborations. And we do a lot of collaborations with Sarah the Bird's Papaya, Jillian Harris, Hilary Duff, and some cool brands like Barbie and Sesame Street, really believing in the power of collaboration and leveraging each other's communities and growing lifting each other up and growing each other's brands. So that's who we are. That's what we set out to do. And really what I'm probably most proud of course, is the clothes, but really it's the community that we belong to, of, really passionate, really uplifting, really cool, really smart women who support each other.
Love the inspiration, Ashley. Now, talking about women entrepreneurship and collaboration, as you mentioned, now the demands of entrepreneurship are not always easy, and new entrepreneurs may face challenges as they grow in experience. However, even with these difficulties, there is still hope for success if one perseveres.
Mm.
Ashley, what was the biggest challenge you faced when starting your business, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Oh my gosh, it would literally be impossible to pick one. I think there's been nothing other than motherhood. Very little has been harder than starting a business. I think that, the biggest challenges is one, just figuring out your product, how do you, that's like the biggest question I get from people in apparel. It's like, how did you take your idea and make it a thing, And there's not one answer to that. It's really like, asking a million questions and figuring out where would you order fabric from, and then asking the fabric suppliers where would you manufacture, and really it's just a series of questions and asking for directions as you go. I think that ideating is one thing. It's actually the process of creating your product, or if you're a service-based company, is that's the tricky part, is how do you bring this idea to life? And there's a million pitfalls and a million mistakes you're going to make along the way, and there's no one right way to do it. I think the key is trying to like do it without making as many mistakes as you can, or losing as much money as you can. But I think that was the biggest challenge, and also just understanding the elements of a business, like how do you incorporate, and what kind of accounting do you have to have, systems do you have, and then what's your logistics, and what do you, so there's so many challenges with bringing something into life, into the industry. And I think my biggest thing is just don't be afraid to knock on doors and ask questions. I think that is the power of women in particular in our community, is like, how can we help each other, not being afraid to ask those questions. And because you know what, 9 times out of 10, I get questions all the time, and I'm so happy to share my mistakes so that hopefully people make new mistakes and not the same ones that I made.
No, I 100% agree with you. And I saw your brand stands for femininity, strength, and style in all women, and it's shipped worldwide with UPS. Ashley, what support or help did you rely on most as you began to upscale your business? And what do you think is the biggest benefit of using UPS for a small business?
The way that I interact personally mostly with UPS is I actually am a remote CEO and founder, and I live in California, and my entire team lives in Vancouver and across Canada. So UPS has been absolutely pivotal in receiving samples. I have tried other carriers to get, international shipping and get my samples, because I try on every sample that we go to market with to make sure that it fits, that I love it, that it's the right color, and most importantly, that it fits a size large. I'm a size large, so that it looks beautiful on all women. So that happens pretty often. The product team has to send me samples weekly. And so I really count on UPS to ensure that my package gets here on time, so that I can turn it around, give all of my feedback, and create the product and bring it to life for our Smash and Test community. So I use UPS for those weekly back and forths without fail.
Right. The entrepreneurs today actually face an unparalleled opportunity. The world needs your creativity, they need your innovation and drive more than ever before. And on that note, I would love to ask you, what is your advice for aspiring business owners?
Well, I will tell you, like I said earlier, I've never done anything harder other than motherhood than starting a business. So I always say, it's not that I'm particularly smarter than anybody else, or that, I think I have beautiful product, and I think that's really important. But mostly it's about tenacity. You get kicked every day in business. Business is hard. It's really hard. Sometimes it's easy, and most of the times it's hard. And it's not, people think even fashion business is this like glamorous lifestyle, and the truth is it's not. I love what I do because I love to create, and I love, there's nothing more fulfilling than seeing other women feel beautiful in the clothes that you make, and feeling good about it having happy and healthy origins. but it's hard. And so I think if there's one bit of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs, it's like, just put one foot in front of the other. You have to be in action. And even if it just means you're going to incorporate tomorrow, and then the next day you're going to start to put some work in on your product, just taking those steps is the only thing that separates people that have a dream and to people that have a business. And you'll figure the rest of it out. And you just have to be dogged in your approach. You have to take the millions of no's, knowing that one day you're going to get a yes, because it's hard. It's just hard. So be tenacious. That's my advice.
Right. Now, Ashley, you've bootstrapped your idea to life, and we're very excited to know what's next for your business. Like, how do you think your business will continue to grow and evolve over time?
It's a wild world right now. I think it was funny because while we went through this pandemic, everyone said, oh, I can't wait till 2022 happens. And meanwhile, 2022 has been just, a wild year full of ups and downs and really tough macro environment for businesses. And so we've had to really, stay true to our values and our core, at the same time being super innovative with product and expanding our categories. Tomorrow, we're launching our first outerwear collection on made-to-order model. So we're really focused on bringing new and exciting product that still has the same design ethos, which is simplicity, comfort, beauty, quality, but in maybe new and exciting new product categories. So that's new for Smash and Tess. We've got some really exciting collaborations coming up that I cannot tell you about, but they're very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that new chapter. And we just did a huge new website, a new brand elevation. So new logo, new colors, new website. So we're continuing to evolve. And, as much as we're staying true to who we are, we needed an evolution. And that's exactly what we've been focused on. So good things to come.
Love your energy. Thank you for bringing it here on this podcast today. Ashley, we're so happy that we were able to chat with you on the podcast. Your insights and advice will definitely be helpful for our listeners as they continue their own journeys of self-discovery. Thank you, Ashley.
Thanks for having me.
Listening to Ashley on our podcast was like having an entrepreneur who is also big on self-love. She offered insights into her journey that were both insightful and encouraging us to go outside of our comfort zones. We hope you enjoyed it, and once again, we would like to thank our exclusive shipping partner, UPS, for supporting this initiative. Please do share the podcast and feel free to check out the other episodes. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the Canadian SME Small Business Magazine to stay up to date on all our upcoming events and get the top business insights from industry leaders. This is Maheen, your host for the UPScale Podcast Series.